Well, the whole the climate crisis, it directly affects biodiversity, and you can see it. You know, we're preventing the wheel of nature from spinning in a way. Well, I've always had an interest in the bog. I've always came out here since my early childhood. I've always had a great passion for wildlife. As I grew older, I started to see the issues that I saw faces. One of the main issues I think seen in the countryside is habitat destruction. It's quite sad to see things that we used to have quite commonly are lost, especially with the birds. Like the birds are declining because their habitat's being destroyed. Well, when you cut turf, it's almost like a double hit to the environment, because number one, you're destroying a habitat, because at a cut bog there's very little biodiversity on it. There's none of the plants, none of the mosses that's to support the insect life, which supports everything else really. But like when you're cutting turf, you cut the turf, so you destroy the habitat, and then you burn the turf, which also creates gases that do destroy, create global warming. Like nature, it gives us the solutions. Like if we look at nature and we mimic nature, we can coexist with it peacefully. We are, after all, a part of nature. As much as we like to remove ourselves from it, at the end of the day, we are also animals. Like this all only applies to the people who want to drink clean water and breathe fresh air. Like you breathe air that really comes, like oxygen comes from plants and the ocean. They all link back to natural resources in the end of it. My message basically about the whole biodiversity crisis is that instead of working against nature and fighting nature, we should work with it. So instead of planting non-native trees, we should plant native trees. Instead of clearing hedgerows, we should leave more hedgerows, and we should look to more sustainable ways, especially agricultural practices. We should live a part of nature, not apart from nature.